Gracias por ver la esquina de Jody. Thank you for watching Jody's Corner.
YouTube was good. It's your boy Jody Joe. Welcome to Jody's Corner. We are here. This is the top 10 best movies of 2017. Happy New Year's Eve to a lot of you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get right into this list. But before we do, I have some honorable mentions that I want to get into. There was a lot of movies that came out this year that were pretty dope. Sadly enough, they couldn't make this list. So I have a couple that I want to go over. Honorable mentions, Mother. Yeah, I know some of you guys are probably tripping out that I have that on my honorable mentions list, but the fact of the matter is, even though personally Mother offended me, as a film it's so excellent in my opinion, I had to give it an honorable mention. It's definitely not getting in my top 10 list. So that's an honorable mention. I also have War for the Planet of the Apes. It was a great movie, but I got 10 others that are better in my opinion. I think they ruined it in the end a little bit. It was anticlimactic with Caesar. Too predictable. Detroit is another one. That pissed me off. That was another good movie. Didn't make it. Beauty and the Beast and The Big Sick. I saw The Big Sick. It was really enjoyable. I really liked it, but it just didn't make my cut. I really enjoyed that film though. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into my top 10. Starting at number 10, I got Baby Driver. Baby Driver is a good movie. I know a lot of you guys are like, why Baby Driver ain't higher? Well, because I think there's other movies that I enjoyed better. I'm not saying that Baby Driver is a bad movie nonetheless. It's in my top 10. It's at number 10. It's a great film, entertaining and all that. I really like Baby Driver, but it doesn't have that long-lasting effect for me. It was comedy. It was well told. It was unique. It was different. It was out of nowhere. Hit me like a freaking left hook that I didn't see coming because I was dazing off in somebody's cleavage or some shit. It was like that. It was a good, refreshing, nice punch of a movie, and it's in my top 10, number 10. Coming in at number 9, I got The Foreigner. Yes, The Foreigner is a dope movie. I loved it. Jackie Chan brings so much emotion to this film. It was he didn't have that many lines, but yet he actually showed me his acting chops in this film. None of that kooky, dumb dialogue and weird funniness. You know, he uses his martial arts a lot to tell his stories. But honestly, this movie was Jackie Chan, the actor, with Pierce Brosnan, the actor. Two of the best performances I've seen from either one of these actors, to be honest with you. It was just a good film. It was heartfelt. It was emotional. It was captivating. It was a couple of slow moments, but overall that movie was really good. And I got The Foreigner at number 9. Number 8, 1922. I thought that this movie would be able to get higher, but I got more movies that are higher on this list. 1922 by Stephen King. Thomas Jane played an amazing knockout performance in this freaking movie. I love this film. The story being told, the actors' performances, the way it made you hate the lead actor but also sympathize with him is amazing. The direction was great. Just a great story, and I recommend it. It's on Netflix right now. You guys should go see 1922. Definitely makes it in my top 10 list. Sliding in there at number 8. Coming in at number 7, we have Logan. Don't they throwing shit at me. Watch out. Stop throwing stuff at me, bro. Logan number 7 is a good pick. I'm sorry. I understand the hype around Logan. I understand. I give it an A. It's an A movie. Loved Logan. For one shot, for one time, maybe 2 times. It has zero rewatchability for me. It's that movie you see once and you're like, for sure. For me, I don't need to watch it again. Twice max. It's depressing. It's dark. It's sad and depressing. And I understand that some people could take rewatching those over and over, but me personally, I don't look forward to rewatching sad and depressing stories, especially since I already know what's going to happen. The film Logan is great. The performance was great. Hugh Jackman was meant to play this role from the beginning. Fox ruined Hugh Jackman, his potential with the character Wolverine, because they made so many bad X-Men films early in the stages of them coming out. Had they just said, let's make this Logan, Hugh Jackman play, would have been perfect. But now he's off in the sunset. It was dope. It was a beautiful ending. It was a great film. Loved the heck out of it. Logan, number 7. Coming in at my number 6, it's another superhero movie that just is the opposite of Logan, which makes it that much better for me. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Yes, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 touches me in places that very few people have. No homo. But really though, it touches me in my heart and it makes me feel good. Every time I watch it, I feel good. I feel so much for Yondu. How do you take a character that was actually nothing in Guardians of the Galaxy Part 1 and make the sequel that is that much better than the first one? I don't know why some people think the first one's better, and that's crazy to me, because so much character development, so much storytelling. These characters come so much further in this film than in the first one. In the first film, they were just Guardians of a Galaxy doing shit. This one, you actually get to see and learn about Yondu, Drax, the reason why he's going through what he's going through. Rocket Raccoon, you learn more about him. The feud between Gamora and Nebula. You learn about that. There's so much depth with these characters, and that's what makes movies great to me. And the Yondu stuff, come on, man. He may have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. Was he cool? You look like Mary Poppins. Was he cool? He was dang cool. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. And then they gave him that funeral at the end, man. And that song that played with it. I love Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It's on my tops MCU movies of all time. Coming in at number 5. We're here at the top 5, baby. Let's do it! John Wick Chapter 2. The man, the myth, the legend. John Wick. What can I say about this movie besides it's one of the best action movies in our modern day? It's a callback to 1990s, 1980s action brought into 2017. This movie hit in, I believe, January or February, and we wasn't ready for it because it was so refreshing to see this shit go down. That gung fu, that new type of martial art gunplay thing that he came up with was epic. He was getting the shit beat out of him in this movie, and he was beating the shit out of people. It was so realistic, it made you feel like this could be a real person. Because he wasn't like, I love The Equalizer, but The Equalizer would body anybody. And that's fine, you'd like that whole Jack Bauer thing, but this guy is like a realistic person. He could get shot, get punched, get beat, has to recover, come back, and beat the guy who beat the shit out of him. That's tight. I love it. The choreography was dope. Common came out and did his thing. I'm talking about they had 15 to 30-minute action set pieces at one time, back to back, blah, 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 hitting you with the action. Story isn't so much, it's pretty simple and basic, but that's what those type of action movies were back in the early 90s and the 80s. And it's a callback to that, and it did it excellently. John Wick Chapter 2 is in my top 5, baby. Alright, coming in at number 4, shout out to the freaking trash ice cream truck who ruins my videos. Sorry if you hear that ice cream truck in the back, as I do live in the hood. Coming in at number 4, Wonder Woman at number 4, baby. I know some of you guys are surprised. You thought Jody Joe was going to be biased and put it at number 1. That means you don't know nothing about this channel. Because we keep that shit real here. And Wonder Woman is one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. It is the greatest superhero origin movie of all time. But it is not the best movie of the year in my opinion. We're talking about superhero genre. That's a whole nother different conversation. You feel me? But Wonder Woman was great. What can I say about it? Diana, Steve Trevor, that relationship is the single greatest romance in any superhero film. Even more than Christopher Reeve's Superman and Lois Lane. Even with Peggy Carter and Captain America. All that shit combined still doesn't equal Steve Trevor versus and Diana. It just doesn't. The story was excellent. The mascara was beautiful. The costume design was spectacular. The direction from Patty Jenkins was superb. I don't need to keep talking about that shit. It's already a common known factor. Hence her signing Wonder Woman 2 and getting them serious dollars. Gal Gadot's performance was spectacular. People who hated on her, like John Campea, said that she couldn't act. Was wrong. She is Wonder Woman now. She is more Wonder Woman. She is just as much Wonder Woman as Steve Rogers, as what's his name? Chris Evans is Captain America. And she did that in one film. Epic. I can't wait for Wonder Woman 2. Enough to be said about this film. Number 4. Okay. Top 3, baby. There we go. Coming in at number 3. This is a film that I wasn't expecting either. This film hit me out of nowhere. When I saw it, I was like, okay, let's check it out. It was by a director that I really had no trust in at all. Just automatically knowing who the director was had me like, this movie's probably going to be garbage. But something, I don't know what it was. I think it was the trailers that got me to say, all right, fine. I got her channel. I got to review it. Let me go see it. And I was blown away. The lead actor in this film, who carried 13 personalities, blew my mind. James McAvoy in Split is amazing. Bringing it back, aren't you, M. Night Shyamalan? This movie was great from start to finish. It was riveting. The fact that he was able to play men, women, 12-year-old boys. The actresses in there were dope. Oh, the chick with the booty shorts was sexy. Oh my God. I was looking for her in all of the different roles. And I found her. Shout outs to all of them. The direction was solid. The fact that they tied it in to Unbreakable, epic. He's creating his own universe, epic. But this as a standalone movie in itself was pure masterful filmmaking. Like, I enjoyed it, and this was not possible. Even though M. Night Shyamalan did this thing, it's not possible without James McAvoy. He pulled his cock and let that shit on the table and said, "What's up? Who want to suck it first?" That's what it was. Shout out to James McAvoy for putting out a nice role and an amazing performance in an amazing film. Shout outs to Split number 3. Now, coming in at number 2, this movie, another movie that I did not expect to be this darn good. A movie that I did not expect to touch me in specific ways that didn't trigger my mind. I swear there's a reason why this movie is probably not in a lot of your favorite movie reviewers' top 10 lists, and that is because they're white. Get Out at number 2 easily. This movie makes white people feel uncomfortable. That's what it's supposed to do. It also makes black people feel uncomfortable. But for the most part, it lets the world know how a black man views how white people view blacks. If you get what I'm saying. In my eyes, my imperfect eyes, which I don't know if it's true or factual, but in my reality, in my world, this movie Get Out told so much truth. This movie was basically put a white man in front of me, and then instead of him looking at me, it took a mirror and I pointed the mirror right at him and said, "Look at yourself. Look at your world." And this movie was that. It showed all the stereotypes of white people looking at blacks, blacks looking at whites, and so not, and so forth. But the pure genius of this was that, yes, he added comedy to it. This movie still isn't as understood as it should be. It's still a mystery for a lot of people. A lot of people saw this and dismissed it as a comedy. They didn't get the underlying racial tones and messages that were in this film. Some people in my comment section still say, "Oh, it's just a comedy, it ain't this, it's not that." I said, "Are you white?" "Yeah." "Well, you don't want to see it then." Some people don't want to see themselves in the mirror. Some people don't want to even address the racialness that this film brings forth. It brings out negativity. It brings out stereotypes and biases, and it puts them on the table and says, "Here, watch this. Oh, and for you to watch it, let me sprinkle some comedy on that motherfreaker and see what's up." That's excellent. Get Out is a fantastic film. Jordan Peele did an amazing thing here. I gotta give props to him. After seeing him direct this film, I feel like, dog, if you could bring movies like this out, dog, you wasted. I could see how Mad TV and Key and Peele got you to this position in order for you to make this film. And for that, I understand. But after getting this type of work from you, dog, and then looking at your Key and Peele skits and your Mad TV sheet, all that was trash compared to what you've done in this film and what I want to see you do moving forward. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of that bullshit you was doing, bruh, this is what you were made to do, homie. Keep it up. I'm rooting for you 100%, man. Get Out number 2. It is time, and I won't waste any more of your time. The number 1 movie is I couldn't stop thinking about this movie ever since I seen it in the theater, to be honest with you. I haven't cried in a movie so much since being a grown man in my life. Ever since I was grown. Since, I would say from, even younger than that, from high school to today, I haven't cried watching a movie more than I cried in this film. And that film is Coco. Coco is a movie about culture, family, love, honor, truth. It's a movie about self-discovery. It's a movie about bias. It's a movie about hate, bigotry. It teaches so many lessons, even to me as a grown man. Not alone that I'm sitting here crying in front of my son and my lady. I was crying like a motherfucker. This movie turns everything on its head from what you think you're going to see going into it. You think you're going to see something, and then it doesn't give you that. And then you think some characters are certain ways, but they're not. And then you're like, oh, what's going to happen? And then they tie it. This movie has a lot of loose strings in the beginning. And then by the end of the film, every loose string will be tied for you. This is a complete movie. This is a great film. The write, the script, the direction, the animation, clean. This is the greatest Disney movie ever made. Who shocked are you? So am I. Lion King and Beauty and the Beast are my top two. Beauty and the Beast number 1, Lion King number 2, Little Mermaid I say number 3. Bruh, I'm keeping it 100. For me personally, Coco is Disney's single greatest animated movie they have ever made, in my eyes. This is as close to a perfect movie as it gets. And I don't throw that word around lightly. Coco is an amazing masterpiece of a film. I would give it an A+, 10 out of 10. This movie is great. It is great. It is great. This is the best movie I have seen all year. Hands down, the best Disney movie ever made. It has more heart than The Lion King. It has more culture than Mulan. And it has a better script and story than all three. That's what I'm talking about. The people who made Coco, I'm glad Coco bested Justice League. Because I didn't want it to. I said, what the freak is this Coco going to mess up Justice League's box office? Freak that. Freak that. This movie deserved everything that it got. And then some. This movie deserves to be in the $1 billion club. It's unfortunate that it might not. This movie is better than Zootopia. And Zootopia is an epic freaking movie. This is the number 1 movie of 2017. And it's not even close. Put down in the comment section what you guys think about this mind-blowing freaking top 10, huh? If your top 10, the movie that you wanted me to see really bad is not on this list, the most assuring thing that I could tell you is that I probably haven't seen that film, because 2017 was quite a busy year, but I haven't. There's a lot of movies that I wanted to see that I haven't got to see. So movies in the comment section, let me know. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen them if they're not here. Otherwise, I'm sorry, no Blade Runner 2049 on this list. Miss me. Subscribe to the channel for that real content. Shout outs to y'all, man. I'm Jody Joe, and I'm out this thing, man. Deuces.